good friend, Sandy Halperin, has early on Alzheimer's disease. He was recently honored with Sanjay Gupta with the 2016 Proxmire Award from Leading Age, which recognizes national figures who have demonstrated leadership and positively impacted public awareness around Alzheimer's disease and dementia. Sandy lives in what he calls the precious present. It's actually a book, but it's also a way of life for many with dementia. But it could be a way of life for all of us, even without dementia, if we grasp the nugget of what this tiny book is about. Here's a quote. "The present is simply who I am, just the way I am right now, and it is precious. My present is right here with this camera talking to you." When Sandy and I were conversing on Skype, he said that once the call was over, he would likely forget who he talked to and what he talked about, but he would know something special happened. Every time I speak to him, it's special because he is fully present and he makes me fully present. He knew when he addressed attendees at Leading Age that he only had a moment to make an impact, and he did. In a recent New York Times article entitled "Fraying at the Edges," reporter N.R. Kleinfeld followed Jerry Taylor, a woman battling Alzheimer's, with, as he said, prudence, grace, and hope. A couple of quotes from her struck me. "If you continue to think of who you are right up until the time you got Alzheimer's, you will experience frustration, decline, failure, and a lesser self. But if you let go, you are still becoming something, and it's not necessarily a diminution of yourself. You must realize it ain't over," she said. She goes on. "Now we're always living in the present. There's none of that. You postpone something that you want to say because he's in a bad mood or something. Right now, I can't remember to postpone anything." I recently watched a Shark Tank episode where the presenters had what amounted to a gag gift. It was called a no phone. Yep, nothing more than a square block that you can clutch instead of your phone. The sharks didn't fund it, but they missed the point. The two guys that invented the no phone invented it after going to a Manhattan bar and doing what they call socializing. That is, staring at their phones and looking up occasionally. See, what they're saying is really no one, let alone those with dementia, are truly living in the present. I certainly get caught up in it, don't you? Find yourself doing these things, taking a phone call, but you still have your email open, so you're checking that while you're trying to listening to somebody. Going to dinner, you and your wife both have the phones out. Attending a concert, a seminar, a meeting, still staring at your phone. See, Sandy and Jerry totally get it. All we have is the moment we live in, and we don't even live in that moment. If we were fully present to each other, we would have deeper relationships. And we would come to understand and appreciate how those with dementia, including Alzheimer's, live their life. See, we write them off immediately when they still have so much to contribute. Each of us, in fact, has a lot to contribute in life. And we can contribute so much more if we just live in the precious present. So for my friend Sandy and the book, The Precious Present, I'll leave you one more quote. "As long as I continue to stay in the present, I am happy forever, because forever is always the present." Thanks.